recall back, oh, geez, I don't know how many years ago it was, but back in the day, back a decade or so ago, when Mike Pence was governor of Indiana, he tried to put into place basically a pregnancy register, a database of all the women in the state and when they got pregnant, so that they could make sure that nobody got an abortion. Or if somebody did, they could rush right over and get them to a crisis counseling center where they could be convinced that Jesus doesn't want them to have an abortion. It led to much hilarity. It led to this whole thing called Periods for Pence, where women all over Indiana were texting and emailing and posting on Facebook. A lot of this was on Facebook. There was a huge Facebook group. In fact, it's still there, Periods for Pence. Where women were saying, okay, I just had my period, Mike. You can calm down for the next 30 days. Nobody took it really seriously because he was not successful in getting it through. But now Poland just did this. In Poland, it is illegal to get an abortion. There are exceptions for rape or incest, but even those exceptions are very, very hard to get around. And in fact, just in the last 2 months, 2 women in Poland have died from not being able to get an abortion, from problematic pregnancies that led to death where the authorities refused abortion. And what Poland has done now they do have a national healthcare system. So they do essentially have a registry of everybody in Poland and what their conditions are. And they just added pregnancy to this. And the fear of women in Poland is that this registry will be used to make sure that they don't order abortion pills through the mail from France or from Germany or from some other European country where they're perfectly legal. They're not legal in Poland. Or that they'll hop on a plane and fly to France or Germany and get an abortion, or any of the other European countries. And this is against the law. It's against the law for Polish women to leave the country to get an abortion. This is like the same kind of laws as here. This is from Angela Demanowicz-Back. She said, Polish women no longer get pregnant for fear of being forced to give birth. The reasons for fear have just arrived. The pregnancy registry in a country with an almost complete ban on abortion is terrifying. This is, it's got a lot of women in Poland very, very concerned. This from Common Dreams. A new government database tracking people's pregnancies in Poland is sparking fear that medical data will be used to prosecute women who obtain abortion care in other countries or by getting abortion pills through the mail, and potentially to target women who have miscarriages. First comes the ban, this is the quote, first comes the ban, and then the mechanism for enforcement follows. Well, if the Supreme Court rules the way we think they're going to, we're going to have the ban any day now.